Welcome to Divine Intels, and thank you so much. I decided to do a recording video instead of a live show. That's because I've been so busy doing stuff on my own. I would really appreciate it if you guys can, if you wish to donate anything for my show, you'll find the link underneath this video on YouTube. All right, so let's go through many of the things that I want to address for the process of DRB. And let me start from my Facebook page, because unfortunately Twitter just kicked me out. Yes. So let's start for this one. So the Hong Kong protester using the mesh messaging application China cannot block, and that's because China also have a lot of control over the internet in China. So what we are watching, guys, is revolution in the making. Okay, this is a continuous changing of the paradigm in China. Okay, and there will be a point that China will not be able to control this. As you know, as I'm doing my show, this is my live Facebook live. So my Facebook account, so people will be testing me, so allow me to just close the windows. All right, so anyway, so you can see this thing is going to be the new paradigm for China. Is going to change China one day. May actually happen something that I will address later on in my live show, okay? Because according to the new elites, China will either collapse as a communist country or be split as communist and capital country. Believe it or not, that's what the new elite has told me. So let's go back to the let's go on with the other news. And as you can see, Iran looks like that they slashed the 4 zeros. Is already all over the news, and they said it's getting ready to lop 4 zeros of its currency. This has come a lot of confusion in the Netherlands, because people don't understand what is a lop and what is deletion of zeros. Okay, so they even asked the question many times. They even asked the question in one of my chat rooms, the green light. What if they erase the 4 zeros or 3 zeros in the dinar? We're gonna end up with a 25 dinars. Well, first of all, I told you guys, I responded in my chat room that you guys are listening too much to gurus. You see, the worst advisor are gurus. They've been wrong 100 times, 100% of the time. If I could say 1000% of the time, that would be correct. So stop listening to gurus. You're confusing yourself all the time. So far, Iraq has not shown us that they want to redenominate their currency. They haven't. There's nothing that they have told us they're going to do that. So no, they're not going to lop. Lop means the renomination of the currency. That's what it means, lop. Okay? So no, they're not doing that. Okay? So Iran is totally different. Their situation is totally different because they're under sanctions. They're under sanctions. So their economic situation is totally different than Iraq. All right, so stop panicking. So like I said, this, as you can see, my hardcore language was because I responded to Bill Maher. And Bill Maher, again, was attacking our president. So this guy is the same guy that called all Christian morons, that he had ridiculed nationally Christians But the minute that I call Bill Maher that you're the only boss sign here, atheist retard, I got kicked out of Twitter. See that? And this is not the first time. This is not the first time they have kicked me out. We have been targeted. Okay? We conservatives have been targeted. Whether you want to consider yourself a conservative blogger or not, it doesn't matter. The minute that you go against their agenda, you are the enemy. Twitter is a fascist platform. YouTube is a fascist platform. Facebook is a fascist platform. It just happened that people have not realized. That's it. The moment that they control what you can talk, it is a fascist platform. The moment that they can do whatever they can do just to shut you up, it is against the Constitution of the United States. Okay, so you don't have to be going around why are they doing this, because they're fascists. They're not Democrats. They don't respect our Constitution. Simple as that. All right, so that's what happened to me, and I think I'm gonna be out for 12 hours. Your account will be restored to full functionality in 12 hours and 0 minutes. So right now I don't know how many hours, and I don't care. All right, so then I said that your video will be in Spanish and English, and that's what I am recording right now in English first. Then I'm going to record in Spanish, and after that I'm going to email it, and I'm going to post it everywhere. Now, if you have watched this video is from, I think it's from, yes, this global currency research, and you can see in this video, okay, in this video that it actually confirmed what I'm telling you. They're not talking about lopping the currency. They are talking about rising the value of the Iraqi dinar. They have never told us they're going to lop. Okay? They're telling us that they want to raise the value of the Iraqi dinar, and not looping or lapping the currency. They just don't have that in mind, because they know that if they do the same thing they ran, they're gonna lose billions or trillions of dollars. Okay, so that's what it's all about, guys. All right, so I also posted some of this wonderful news about these pedophiles and perverts that they're on the list with this man right here. And also this guy, what's his name, this rock star is threatening to sue Donald Trump because he uses his music. Alright, so I posted this last night. See that? 6 hours ago. Last night I posted, actually it was today. I posted and I said, I told you to be ready for September 4, didn't I? So today we have the tremendous news from Iraq that they want to raise the value. Who did that? It was an economist. You can also watch it on Johnny from Currency 365. His latest video, he talks about that. Okay, that's the same thing as that video that I posted right here on my Facebook page. Okay. All right, so also we can say that you need to get ready for the green light. All right, so they're telling us right now that the trade deal will be done sooner than Wall Street thinks. Now, should I remind you that I told you so? I say they have programmed to come out with a trade deal this month of September. Okay? And on this show, I will show you what's gonna come next. It's going to be a continuation of my last free show, okay? On my last live free show. It's gonna be a continuation because I'm going to show you in my PowerPoint was coming. All of you guys needs to be aware what's coming. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go over here. So we also have a conference from our president, and he confirmed that, you know, the deal is almost over. We know that after the deal is almost over, then other currencies will be reacting. Okay, this is gonna be like a triggering that will affect other countries. The most richest country will be triggered. Okay, all right. Also, I want to remind you guys. Let me see if I can remember this. All right. So let me see if I remember. I think I'm missing something. If I'm not mistaken. Okay. Let me put a stop on this video right now so I can remember what exactly I forgot about it. Okay guys, so I took the time to remember exactly what I forgot about it, and I just remembered that I cannot give you that information until the 7th. So let me just explain to you guys what's gonna happen. I'm going to go to Reno this September the 4th. September the 7th. I'm sorry, September the 7th. I'm gonna go to Reno, and after that, I'm going to do my pay-per-view. All right. So there will be no pay-per-view until I'll do my meeting with the elite. Okay. So just to let you guys know. So let's just pay attention to the breaking news right now. Right now in California, we see tremendous fire. Okay, that's a brush fire, and it's happening in Tenaja Road, and basically is located in La Cresta. That's in Murrieta, California, and at least 150 acres are burning right now. So our prayers goes to the people near those places. As you know, the heat has been really hot. So when this thing happened, you know, we get fire on the bushes and forests all the time in California. All right, so let's continue with the news. So I really appreciate that, you know, people that that support me in this journey with that we all having. Okay, and especially Ruth Merritt. Thank you so much. You are the only voice of value regarding exchange. Thank you. And because, you know, I've been continuously being attacked by retards like Ken Dunt. Now that he is spreading the lies, you know, I wish I could know if he has any money, because I would love to sue his ass. But I know he has nothing. He's a poor bastard. But I know I'm gonna find him somewhere, somehow. If he ever actually exchange, I'm gonna find out who he is and where actually, you know, he lives and everything. And if I find out that he actually have some money, he's gonna have to prove in court that I work for the drug cartel and that I work for the Bank of Mexico. I would love to sue his ass, because I can actually, you know, sue him right now. But I don't think he has any money for me to get. So I'm not gonna waste my time with that retard. But I'm gonna have plenty of time to sue people after this. Trust me. All right, so let's go back on Iraq will buy their defense missile. This is something. Oh, I want you to understand this part, okay? This came out on Spanish TV, Spanish news. Let me tell you what it's all about, okay? This is something that in the English media you're not going to actually watch, or you're not going to receive it. Okay, so let me just translate in English so you all can understand what's going on. Okay, so it said that United States loses another customer. Iraq also wants the Russian X-400. That's the missile system. Iraq will put an end to the military ties with the United States buying the Russian X-400 missile system, which will protect them from Israel, says an Iraqi parliamentarian. Now, why is this so important? It is important, people, because they already started. What did they start? They started to detach from the United States. Detach means separate from the United States. Okay? How did they start it? Well, remember when they canceled the oil deal with Exxon? They started right there. And after they did that, the new group came out. Now, the new group came out, and notice that we haven't heard for the new group, but they already came out. Okay? They already came out. It's just that they haven't come out as strong as we all supposed to, but they already came out. We don't know their new name, but they already came out 2 days after they canceled the multi-billion-dollar deal. Now, Iraq have decided, okay, we're not going to buy you anything. We're just going to go for the Russian side so they can protect us from Israel because, as you know, we support Israel. They just said, well, look, it doesn't make sense if we want to buy the missile system to the United States because we are going to be protecting for the ones that they like the most, Israel. So, of course, they're going to do it with Russia. And this is a missile system that they will love to pay for. Okay, of course that, you know, the Russian uses this missile system with nuclear missiles. I don't know if you have any intentions to buy actually nuclear heads also. I wouldn't be surprised because they feel the rich. They can actually buy nuclear heads missiles in order for them to protect them from Israel. So it's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen, guys. All right. Okay, so let's go back now. Let's go back to I think this really doesn't matter. All right. So let me just tell you something about this. I'm not the only. Hold on one second, guys. I'm not the only one who talks about no 800 numbers and all the crap of the gurus, you know, been telling you for years and years. I'm not the only one, but we all in this together. Okay, we all in this together. I ain't nobody's daddy, so I cannot tell you what to do. But I'd rather get paid less than deal with the enemy. All right. Just a thought. Let me explain to you something very important. Okay. Let me explain to you very important that I want everybody to understand my point of view regarding what's going to happen in few weeks. Okay. For that, let me just put a little pause on the video, and I will let you know in a minute. Okay, so this is one of my latest. I think I posted this last night, and I said it's a warning. As we approach the RB, the elites will stop giving me intel. I think I already warned you about that, right? As a matter of fact, this coming meeting, I think it will be the last one. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But I will not be surprised if they tell me no more intel. Okay? So, the gurus and criminals, especially, you know, the retards like Ken Dunt, will try to convince you that I work for the cabal and that my mission is to prevent you from getting a higher rate at your exchange. Now let me address this part. Ask any banker, if you have purchased a car, a home, anything, if you have done any business with banks, you might understand simple logic. Okay? And what is the simple logic, people? The simple logic is, why, assuming that I'm in the bank, okay? Why do I gonna get out of what exactly I'm going to get? My bank is going to benefit by paying you more than what the exchange rate is all about. Why will I bother? Why will my bank have to benefit out of it? Ask the question to any bank, any banker. Why will a banker benefit to pay you more than what is out there internationally? It just doesn't make any sense, people. Okay? No one will pay you more just because you want to be a good humanitarian. If that was the case, the biggest humanitarian organization will get the benefit for the big banks. Bankers are not meant to do business to lose money. Banks are meant to make money. If they're going to pay you a higher rate just because you are so saint and you are so good, and just because you are a member of a private group, that does not make no sense at all. At all. You're supposed to be somebody who actually use your critical thinking for those who are joining the private groups. And if you cannot accept the fact that I'm bringing to you, it's because you've been blind by your own greed. You have been blind by your own greed, because all it matters is by you to become filthy rich. It has nothing to do about being good to others or help the lonely and the hungry. No. It has to do about you and you only. About your dreams to buy a big mansion, a luxury car, and have all the prostitutes. It has to do about that and not having me destroy your bullshit dream. That's why they hate me. That is why they try to kill my character. Because this exchange has nothing to do about you buying yourself a huge home with a luxury car and going crazy. It has to do about helping humanity the only decent way that people can actually help humanity. By having that freedom to decide how you're going to use this blessing to help others and to follow the command of Jesus Christ. It has nothing about you joining a fictitious secret group under a fictitious secret family that promise you to pay a higher rate. Absolutely nothing. That is why they hate me. They hate me because I killing their bullshit. They hate me because I killing their business. Yes, I'm killing their business. If I was not been killing their business, why retards like Ken Dent is telling lies about me? Why those retards and trolls are coming in my Facebook page to defend another retard, asking me to come clean. Clean for what? You're supposed to come clean. Why don't you show your faces? Why don't you show your faces? Why don't you just show the whole world who's behind those private groups? Those humanitarian projects. Why are you so afraid about it? I cover my face because I have sources, and my sources do not want to be known. I'm the one killing your bullshit intel. Whenever you come on saying, we're going to change by this day, I am the first one saying nobody is changing. It doesn't take a rocket science to deny your bullshit. Nobody believe you. Only the retards believe you. And yes, I'm calling all the followers of all those gurus out there a bunch of retards. Did I offend you? I hope so. And you know why I hope so? Because I need to wake you. Either the good way or the bad way. And why do I bother with you? Because I genuinely believe that many of you followers are good people. I genuinely believe that most of you are good people that really have good intentions. And I say most, not the majority. Not the majority. I genuinely believe that most of you who follow those gurus, which I don't even want to mention their names, are genuinely good people. People who really have good intentions to help others. So whether I wake you up the nice way or whether I wake you up the wrong way, as long as you wake up, my mission is done. Because when this thing blows out, mark my words, the 800 numbers are going to come out this month. And when they do, it will be a day of pain and sorrow. It will be a day of pain and sorrow. Tonight is September the 4th. And I spent some time talking to bankers. I do have intel, but I cannot expose it. And as we go through this month of September, you will see it will be a month to remember. So, they're going to try to convince you. You are free to exchange anywhere you want to. I'd rather exchange at a lower rate than see my bank account being freezed by some kind of illegal transaction. That exactly is going to happen. Watch. I am Benny Wilson, the anti-guru, the anti-private group, the anti-800 numbers, the anti-Chinese royal family, the anti-fraud. I'd rather live poor the rest of my life than sign a fraudulent exchange contract. I am Benny Wilson, an ex-banker who learned to value God over all the money, over all the corruption, over all the criminals. I had that choice to make myself a multimillionaire and follow the guru's bullshit. And I say no. Do you hear that, Ken Dant? Do you hear that, Mark C? Do you hear that, Tony TNT? Do you all your gurus heard that? I had the choice to make myself a multi-millionaire and follow your bullshit or be a poor guy. and warn the people of God. Just think about that. I am a Catholic Apostolic. I'm a Roman Catholic Apostolic. I got 98 of the people who following me. Hundreds of thousands of people who are following me are Protestants. I love them all. I have cared about them. I have followed their Protestant prophets. I respect them because I believe in their hearts. It's not about religion. It's about believing in the promise of God. So redemption centers. The only redemption center that I care is that redemption that will be given to not only me. It will be given to all the voices who are contribute to liberate, to wake up the subconsciousness from the guru's bullshit, from the lies, from the private groups. People like Johnny from Currency 365, Twister Christian, Prophet Foot Forward, and lately, this guy right here, which I don't remember his name, that I posted his video. And I apologize for not knowing your name. As you know, I don't really follow anybody, but I respect when they come out with really good material. Okay? So this is the video I'm talking about. We are part of a family, people. And let me just tell you something. I'm not afraid to be wrong. To be wrong is part to be human. Okay? I'm not afraid to be wrong. But since I was a banker for many years, I know what they're trying to do. I know what they're doing right now. So, being afraid that when the 800 numbers, all of you guys will be rich, and then being look at it as the biggest liar, I'm not afraid of that. Because exchanging is just nothing but a transaction. After the exchanging, oh, that was something else. That will be something else, people. Watch. So no, I'm not afraid. I cannot speak in behalf of the rest of the people that I just mentioned. But I can speak in my own behalf. All of you gurus that have been exposing and telling lies to the people, to good people, guys. Even though I call them retards, to really good people, you will be exposed. All of you. I'm going to hold you responsible for the lies that you've been putting the people. I'm going to be bold because I believe in justice. I believe in the Lord. I believe in that voice that's telling me, tell them right now that justice is coming for them. That's what the Lord told me. Justice is coming to all of you gurus. Because this is the Shemitah. There will be a blessing, but there will be a judgment. So in the beginning, there will be sorrow and pain. Pain, people. I'm talking about real sorrow and real pain. And those who are the remnants, those who hold their faith and their faith in the living God and the promise, those will be blessed. And I'm going to stick with the Lord. I could be a big sinner. I have never called myself a saint. But the Lord told me, I'm going to glorify my love, and I'm going to glorify my miracle through a sinner, and that's me. Because the biggest test of your faith, people, it will be when the 800 number come out. Many of you will be caught up. Many of you will call that number. All right, so now let's go to the PowerPoint. Okay, so this is your new PowerPoint, and the show on the PowerPoint is called What's Next. So what's next, guys, is very important because I forgot to mention it on my last live show, because I was basically having too many issues. All right, so just to let you guys know, today is still Wednesday because it's right now 8:18 p.m. Pacific time, and basically the next day maybe in your end. So today is Wednesday, and is September the 4th of 2019, and we're gonna be talking about what I just did not mention on my last live show. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about what is next. And what is next, people, is the climax. You see, I forgot to mention something very important that will happen between today all the way to next year. And that's your new paradigm. It's not something that I made up. It's something that the elites have talked about it since last year. And it's not like they wanted to do it, but they just cannot prevent it. I know it's hard for you guys to understand this, but they just cannot prevent it. All right, according to what they telling me. So, what is next? We're gonna call it the event. It's going to be worse than 9/11. Now, I want to make sure that you understand what they're talking about. You see, the event is going to be a dramatic event from a crisis. We don't know if it's going to be a man's crisis, a fatal event, or a God's event. We don't know. All they know is that through their ritual, they saying that we are about to have the event. And that event will transfer us to the new paradigm. And probably, I'm not saying that it's going to happen that way, probably through or in the middle of that event, the RB will happen. I'm just saying, this is my own opinion. If we go back to the prophecy of King Clement, you will see that says, when things seem at the worst, right? And I have always considered the prophecy of the dinar from King Clement as the new paradigm prophecy. Okay? So, the event is going to be a tragic. Alright? And the event is the climax. It should happen between now until April 22nd of 2020. Between now until April 22nd of 2020. This event will be used to introduce the new paradigm. The financial system will never be the same. The world will never be the same. They do this every 18 years and a half. The last time 9/11 happened. Before 9/11, we got the AIDS crisis, the HIV. screw everybody's love life. Before that, we got John F. Kennedy was assassinated. Before that, we got the bombing of Hiroshima. As you can see, those events were man-made. But in reality, probably it's just meant to happen. I don't know if I'm making any sense. So, we have, lately we have been asking you to save food, save water, save money that you can use for at least 3 weeks. So just in a safe, just in a safe place, just in case, be ready, because things are not going to be pretty, guys. I've been repeating this for the last 5 years. We don't know, once again, if this will be an event from man's event or God event. We don't know. It could be a major cyber hacking event. It could actually, they could hack the financial system and break the security system. Prevent us to use the ATMs. Prevented the people to use their credit cards. Prevent the people to do purchasing around the world, purchasing in the country. Something that these criminals, whether they are from another country or not, will break the system, the financial system. We've been talking about this for the last 2 or 3 months, if I'm not mistaken. And lately, Equifax had to pay millions of dollars and they still have not fixed their system. They don't care because bankers don't care about it. They always look at the government as their favorite daddy to fix their own faults. Okay? So, it could be a cyber hacking event. We exactly don't know. It could be a blackout event caused by the sun. If I'm not mistaken, I told you in the last live show that the sun is being monitored 24/7 through the whole month of September. If the sun gave us a flare magnetic shock, we can potentially go back to a Stone Age. Everything will go pitch black. Cars will not be able to even move because it was a magnetic shock. All the batteries will be burned or fried and nothing will work. That's the worst scenario. I'm not saying that it will happen like that. Maybe just major sources of electricity, the grill, will fry and stop working. It may take us weeks or even months, hopefully not even years, until everything go back to be normal. Let's just pray that does not happen right now. It could be a financial crash. And as you know, the chances that it could be a financial crash are basically out of 5, 3. This trade war against China has brought us into a very difficult situation. The system can actually break. if Donald Trump, in his latest opinion, says that we don't need China, the Dow Jones can actually hit the roof up to 10,000. I know for many of you traders and many of you people said that is crazy. But forget about the logic behind what he said. It may happen. Right now, the Dow Jones, the dollar index is 28, people. And I told you that when it reaches 28, Europe will go down. We haven't seen that yet. So by tomorrow, watch. Tomorrow is September the 5th. Watch the dollar index. Watch the Dow Jones. And please watch Europe. Right now, Europe, with the Brexit, is going nuts. And the dollar is as big, huge, and that will affect Europe. I may be completely wrong because I'm not a trader, but I always have believed that if we reach 28 right now in the dollar index, Europe will not be able to sustain it. So let's wait until tomorrow, shall we? So a financial crash could be the big event, a huge crash. Maybe millions of people will lose their jobs. Maybe hundreds of thousands of multimillionaires will lose everything in one day. We don't know, people. Another reason of a big event could be a new Middle East bank. I haven't talked about this lately, but if my information is correct, it may not actually affect us as big as we can think about it. Something that will bring us to the new paradigm, something that is not as terrible as we think. But if this is the right information they just told me, this new Middle East bank will change the financial system forever. That's all I gotta tell you guys. It may actually crash the financial system. Why and what this has to do, I don't know. I'm just letting you guys know what they told me. Okay? And they've been holding this new Middle East bank for a long time. I don't know if they're going to release it and what exactly is so important that may crash the financial system. I don't know. They don't want to give me specific details. Alright? So, we don't know. It could be something as a major bank announcement. Like, for example, forcing most of the major countries to stop using paper currency and go digital. I know it sounds crazy, guys. I'm just trying to make you understand what is about to happen. Okay? I know it sounds really crazy. I'm just sharing information to all of you. They're talking about a new Middle East bank that they know is about to be released, and I don't know when they're going to release it. They say they're going to impact tremendously the financial system, or a major bank announcement. It could be from the World Bank, it could be from the CVI, it could be from the Fed, it could be from the FMI, the International Monetary Foundation. the IMF. It could be from any of those. So I don't know exactly why they don't want to release it to me, because as you know, they only gave me what I need. They're not telling me what I want. Okay? So I know that the last three, this is not the last three because I got one more. The financial crash doesn't sound as much crazy because we all expecting that, right? But the New Middle East Bank sounds crazy, and also the major bank announcement could also sound crazy. It's something that they're holding that it may actually impact the way we do business. Okay? So we don't know. Hopefully it's not something as tragic that will kill people. I really hope from the bottom of my heart that doesn't happen that way. But if actually does that, let me just give you the last thing that they're talking about. Okay? A meteor event. A meteor event that is a meteor that is basically going to hit our planet undetected by all the major sources of monitoring these big rocks, and hit us so badly that we potentially break the internet and bring us back to 50 years at least. So I'm giving you 6 scenarios that may happen. It could be something totally different, people. Okay? But we know that the chances to have the break in the system in the month of September are bigger than what you think. Okay? So, if it happens in September, let it happen. Hopefully not many people lives are lost. I'm going to pray for that, and I want you to, all of you, pray for that. My next meeting is September the 7th, and I'm not going to have a pay-per-view until that date. After that date, because I still got to work on the pay-per-view. On that meeting, I've been told that it could be the last time they're going to provide me Intel. I'm going to repeat that again. I've been told that it could be, it's not for sure, but it could be the last time they provided me with Intel. Okay, so hopefully we are so near that I don't have to be coming out over here. I really wish from the bottom of my heart that this will be your last pay-per-view. Thank you so much for your attention. God bless everybody. I'll be seeing you very soon. Hopefully something major happen and I'll be going live. But if not, wait until September the 7th. I cannot wait to go to Reno and meet new people, because I've been told that people from Iraq are going to be showing live in that meeting. We will find out what they're trying to do and how this whole waiting is over once and for all. God bless you. God take care of all of you and your family. And I'll see you in my next show.